What's going on, everyone? Air Green's Junk Removal. Another freaking cold day today up here in the Northeast in Scranton area in northeastern Pennsylvania, and it's really cold. Mid-January, and got some work we got to do today. We're going to be going out. First thing I got to do is I got to get to the dump. I have a big ass load back there I got to get rid of. So I have a estimate I got to give. And I love having an empty truck. Just because you never know. You want to keep your truck as empty as possible because you never know when you're going to get that phone call. You can go out right then and it could be a pretty big load, and you want to be able to do the job right then and there. So at the same time, there's a balance because you want to optimize how much you're dumping at the dump, because there's minimum charges and everything else. So you want to have as much stuff in your truck or in your trailer as possible before you go to the dump and dump it. At the same time, you want to have it empty so you can go to the next customer. Last thing you want to do is have even a half a load or a full load in your truck. You go give an estimate and the guy wants it done right then and there, and you got to go to the dump, which with travel and sitting in line could take you an hour. I mean, most people are pretty patient, so I think that they'd be understanding, but that's your salesman skills right there. You don't want to risk potentially losing a customer because you got a full load. But again, you got to strike that balance. You got to be able to know, weigh the options of having a full truckload and being able to dump it. So I'm gonna go to the dump right now, and we'll see you in a few. But first, we gotta stop and get some gas for the old gas guzzler. Now, this thing doesn't actually use up that much gas. It's actually really good on gas. I use regular unleaded fuel. Though it's a big tank. I think it's like a 30. Of course, there's an ambulance going by as I'm filming, but I believe it's a 30-gallon tank. So it does use up a lot of actual gas, but it doesn't actually burn through it very, as quickly as you think. So that's pretty good. But anyway, so hopefully, right now we are at 269 for unleaded natural gas, regular gas. What are you guys at? Let me know. So guys, we're at the dump right now, and the dump up here is crazy. Let me know, comment below if the supervisors at your dumps are weird and they're like super nuts. Like they always wanted to go like a little bit further back, like keep going, stop. They're just very strange. All right, guys. I worked up a sweat. Bouncy here. We're up on the mountain here in the landfill, and anyway, I worked up a sweat doing that. I know I always talk about the benefits of a box truck. It is not ideal for construction debris, and I knew that when I took the job on. Now, I was okay taking it on because there wasn't any kind of concrete. The most annoying thing about this dump here was there was a lot of flooring, which is heavy, but that's not the biggest issue. It's that laminate moving and floating, the fake wood stuff. I don't know what you call it. I call it laminate wood floors. I guess that's what it's called. And that was that was the biggest thing. A bunch of, trash too, and bags, which is obviously easy. Not heavy bags, just a bunch of random crap. Some, some doors, old doors, like bedroom doors. Light. They're pretty light. But again, the biggest thing was the flooring, and not so much because of the weight, but because when you put it into the truck, it's near impossible to stack it because it slides, and so you end up with just like a big pile, and it's just all in different angles and positions. So it's hard to, because when you go pick it up, you want to pick up a stack of the floor. You can't pick it up because there's a bunch on top that you don't see, and so you almost have to pull them out like 3 or 4 at a time, or sometimes 1 at a time. So that kind of does suck. That was the most annoying thing I'll say about that. That was probably the biggest, definitely the hardest unloading I've ever done. Again, I have a box truck. I do not have a dump trailer, a dump body at all. So everything I do, I unload by hand. There's the guys up here, there's nothing where we can pull it out. I know some guys will attach it to their, they'll put like a tire or something, like a chain, and then they'll have one of the tractors pull it out for them. They won't let us do that here, so I got to unload it by hand. Again, pros and cons. I still think it outweighs it. I was by myself today. I didn't have Justin with me, my helper, and that was over a ton. I'm about to weigh out now here and see. My truck is usually about 7,800 pounds empty, and when I crossed over, it was over 11,000 pounds. So that's like 2.5 tons. So that was one of the heaviest hauls I've done so far. But again, it also took the longest because of all that random flooring. And still, unloading it by myself, by hand, it took me 22 minutes. I timed it. 22 minutes. Now that is a long time. If I had a helper with me, we could have been done in 10. Because I had to pull the truck forward a little bit, how to get out, pull it forward. I had a lot of stuff in there. And so, 22 minutes, and that's rare because I don't usually do construction debris like that, and I usually have a helper. And just the flooring, the tile took forever, holy crap. But I got it done, 20 minutes, 22 minutes, and about to weigh out here. But again, I still think I like the box truck better. Now, ideally, I'm gonna be getting, ideally I would have had a trailer for this, dump trailer. So in a couple months, it's January right now, probably in March, I'm gonna buy a dump trailer, 6x12 or probably 7x14, and build up walls on it. But I'll have to get another pickup truck because I only have an F-150. So I need something more heavy duty to be able to pull it. But anyway, so I'm gonna get a dump truck, a dump trailer, so I can do stuff like this, construction debris, and just dump it out a lot easier. I also want to be able to rent out that as well as like a dumpster rental. That's something else I'd like to get into as well, is having another service to do dumpster rentals. Not a lot. I'm not gonna do any kind of roll-offs. That's a whole other video that I'll get into as far as that goes. But yeah, so anyway, I still think for me where I'm at, box truck for the win. And most of the bigger junk haul companies around here use box trucks. There's about 2 or 3 other big companies that I always see at the dump, and they all have box trucks. Again, maybe it's just where I live. Maybe we're onto something, my market and dump fees or whatever. I don't know why, but I rarely see anybody with an actual dump trailer up here, except for the actual garbage guys and all the guys that actually like the sanitation, the normal trash pickups. They obviously have dumps, but other than that, the normal junk haul guys, I mean, pretty much they all have box trucks by me. So again, maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. I know my reasons. I've already discussed them. I'm not going to belabor that anymore. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna weigh in here. So you know, we're heading down here. The scale's up here, so my prediction of the dump fee, we're 90 per ton for dump fee, and I know I'm over a ton, so I kind of cheat a little bit because I weighed in after. So I'm guessing it's going to be like 135 is my guess. So I'll let you guys know in a minute. All right, guys, let's see here. So we got under 2 ton, so 1.69 ton, 152 bucks. I thought it was 135, so yeah, not bad. More than I thought, but all good. Still made that cash. I think I had about, I don't know, about $800 in there. So that's still kind of high. You know, that's almost like a 18%, 20% ratio, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, just regarding how much you want your dump fees to be in relation. I mean, ultimately you want to get your dump fee ratio as low as possible. Obviously, that goes without saying. You want to be like as close to 10% or less. I know some guys, some companies, depending on where you are in the country, you're able to get it to like 7, 8%. If your fees are high enough, if your prices are high enough and your fees are low enough, you can do really well. Again, where I live, 90 per ton, man, it seems like no matter how, like for 90 per ton, if I have 1 ton, that means I got to charge $900 for a ton, which, you know, again, that's over a ton. So I would have had to make 150, like 1,500 bucks to get at 10%. So it's hard to get where I live. I average about 12 to 15%, about 15%. I go anywhere from 12% to 18%. So, you know, if I look at how much I receive in revenue for the truck, and then when I take out my dump fees as a percentage of the revenue I bring in averages 15%. I mean, I try to get it as low as possible, but you know, 12% is good. If I get, you know, really light stuff like boxes and things like that, it's awesome. I love doing that. I love taking like empty boxes, but on average, it's about 15%. And so let me know if you guys have calculated your ratios. Comment below, let me know what your ratios are, if you think that's high. I mean, I think that probably is a little high, but again, I know we're not the highest. I know there's other guys that live in other parts of the country that their dump fees are a lot higher. Like I know in Boston and Seattle, you know, Washington, dump fees are like $180 per ton. And that's okay, you just charge more. I mean, cost of living is a lot more expensive in Boston and Seattle and other parts of the country. So it's expensive, so people have higher incomes, so they're willing to pay for, you know, higher junk removal costs. Everything's more expensive, so people are willing to pay for that. So don't get caught up on, you know, dump fees. You just charge more for it. I mean, guys in the South, you know, if you have, she's like, I've heard of guys getting like $25, $30 per ton. Well, you know, I mean, if you look at the average income in like some of those states in the southern states, it's significantly lower than some other states, you know. So it's all to scale, you know. Don't get bogged down on the dump fees, but I'm just curious what the ratio is, you know, for you guys. So let me know. I'm about to head out here and kind of wrap this up. And always, if you guys would, please take your sledgehammer and smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And you know, I like to give tips and tricks that I'm doing, learning as I go, and I like to impart that wisdom on others. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you get notified when I'm doing more videos. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.